If you felt stressed out during the pandemic, statistics show you are not alone. Both meditation and simple yoga techniques can help put your mind at ease. I spoke with yoga instructor Joy Monzon for some advice on how to feel more relaxed in daily life or as you return to work. So Joy, good morning. If we have never practiced yoga, how can being mindful in the morning help our daily routine?
It's not something that we just have to practice in the morning. You can return to a mindfulness practice throughout the day, which is a really simple practice of just taking a moment to pause, taking a moment to kind of observe where your thoughts are, observe where your breathing is at. And this is just a really great way to kind of broaden the perspective of when we're kind of experiencing limiting thoughts that have us in that state of like anxiety or stress. It gives you a moment to kind of pause and be more of like a witness to what those thoughts are. And it allows us to make observations of like, okay, I have this reoccurring thought that maybe is stressing me out, or I have all these tasks and agendas. And so it kind of just gives you this moment again to just kind of strengthen your ability to be more resilient towards stress and anxiety that we all are really familiar with, I think, after the year that we've had.
If someone's listening to this who hasn't done yoga, how can you sell us and tell us, yoga is available to everyone?
I think yoga at its roots, it's a deeply spiritual practice. It's steeped in meditation. So the simplest act for me to engage with yoga is to take as little as 60 seconds to 5 minutes to just be quiet. You really don't need to change anything. I always say it's an opportunity to engage with less doing and more being. And for some folks that might seem kind of obscure, another really powerful tool is when you're sitting with yourself in this quiet, receptive space, you can tune into your breath, just monitoring your inhales and your exhales. Something that I learned very early on when I started practicing and teaching yoga is that when we notice that we're stressed or we're feeling anxious, we breathe really shallow. We tend to have like this shortness of breath. So it's so transformative to be able to just, and that exhale can be so cathartic too. It gives us an opportunity to just kind of let go.
Once we are kind of cued into that meditation and that breath work, first thing in the morning, are there any exercises you would recommend us starting our day with?
I think, again, if you can reserve as little as like 60 seconds to 5 minutes to even half an hour, whatever time that you have, I think that there's like 3 steps that I always recommend engaging with. So it's that taking a moment to be quiet with yourself, whether you want to call it mindfulness or meditation. And like I said, you don't really have to change anything. It's like when you notice that your mind wanders or your mind relocates, it's nothing to feel shame about. Really, the practice of meditation is just bringing yourself back. It's observing and bringing yourself back into that state of quiet.